Am I technically streaming? It's pretty funny if I am. Hey, am I actually live? That's crazy. Hey, look at that. I'm live. Funny as hell. Okay, I need to figure out the fucking. Um, maybe here? There we are. That's what I need. Okay, perfect. That's what I need. Hmm. Okay, so this is what I want. Yeah, I'd rather just. Yeah, that's great. Okay, perfect. Nah, that's fine, honestly. Okay, so I need to start editing all this stuff. Well, actually, no. Here's what I'm gonna do. I need to figure out exactly which thing I want to start on. Because I have this. Okay, I have this. Yeah, I really need to start working on just organizing all. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. Past me is a bastard. Okay, so best version of okay. There's the opening monologue. The night meeting at the party. What was I doing? I don't remember what I was doing. I'll be totally real. I do not remember at all. Okay, so here's the plan. I need to organize this together so that I am not completely pissed off every time I open all of this and see shit like this random goddamn shit from like 3 campaigns ago. I need to make sure that this is not a thing. So, here's the plan, right? I forgot. I'm uploading this to YouTube. Right. Okay. Uploading this to YouTube, I gotta actually explain what's going on. So, plan for today. I'm gonna stream for about 2 hours, and in that time, I am going to just try and organize as best I can. There's so much here, as you've already noticed me just pull up a bunch of different things. I have like a bunch of different island ideas that I've saved. I have an entire extended encounter table that I use. There's the general slide of just rules that I follow during the campaign, and then a couple other like specific things where I made a ranking list. I had a shop table kind of thing that would open up as more things happened. I had a thing for boat stats that would get upgraded over time. This is fucking shit. I don't care. This is so much shit that I don't care. These are, yeah, this is all just boat stats. Good to know. And then we get down to here. I don't really know why I keep all these. These are, if you want to read it, pause. I don't really care, honestly. But from when I first made this campaign into something real, I made it to where, like, first half was party just wakes up on an island, and there are 3 islands around it where they have to get 3 jewels to come together and just do something. I don't even remember what the fucking goal was for getting the 3 jewels. I think there was some old man on the starting island that would get it done or whatever, and I think I deleted that portion of it and I just kept the islands because I thought that I don't know, I thought that the setting was cool or anything. But these islands have way too much shit on them, and I don't know. I just think that I could have done a lot better with pretty much all of this. They're all, yeah, no. This is like really weird half monologue and what I'm actually supposed to be saying, and half weird, like forcing a laugh here. I'm it. Gestures at the chairs. What the whatever, dude. I need to, at the bare minimum, delete this out of this goddamn document and move it over to Island Ideas. That is the first step to what needs to be happening. That is the first and most important step. Now, okay. Never mind, I am starting to realize that there is a lot more shit. Okay. So when does the Isle of Lost Souls shit end? Skilled. As they wait 5 minutes past. Bare minimum. This, all of this stuff can just be it pretty much homebrewed on the spot. I mean, how many pages is this? 10? Jesus. Okay. Bare minimum, right? We're copying all this. We're deleting this out of the doc. Okay. General now I like a lot more. They're just some general things. And I think eventually I want to have like a main document where I can just like click through all of these just so that it makes it easier for me. Maybe I just swap them back over to Google Documents? Yeah, that might be a good idea. Okay. File. Actually, just go to Island Ideas. In a couple streams from now, I'll tackle this massive fucking amount of shit that is just goddamn. I'll tackle all of this. I'll read through all of it and all of that. But for now, before I start editing something to where everything looks correct, at least, I need to organize it to where everything's in the right spots. So, in terms of encounter table, everything seems right. With this, I don't need anything else done here. In general, done every 2 weeks. Rule of no player left behind. One person is required to have proficiency. Honestly, I hate this rule. We're gonna highlight it because I'm gonna change it. Eh. Honestly, these rules are not at all conducive. These goals for the session are just kind of fucked. I think that instead of this, this entire thing here, I want to have having a goals for a session is just a bad idea. Maybe I delete this out of this. I think a general thing where I just have it just fucking, yeah. I think having another doc for this, I know making more Google Docs is probably not the best answer here, but what the fuck formatting have I been using this so far? Just Times New Roman 14 and 12, depending on whatever I'm doing. Okay, Times New Roman 12 seems to be the norm for everything in here. Okay. I mean, granted, I'm just gonna... Okay, this is all Arial? Alright, well, for one, make this into Times New Roman. Then I need to... What is that? Probably just edit all this out. I want this to maybe just be... Having goals for the session just seems like a bad idea. I think by instead just making this a note slide, a notes document, just to be like, hey, this is what happened this session. This is what happened this session. That might just be better for overall everything. That way, I can at least have this be something along the lines of like, okay, here are some, maybe I could just have like, hey, maybe we want to get here, but I'd write it like day of, right? I don't want like pre-planned goals for a campaign. We want it to go as fast as the players want it to, right? So, campaign notes. Actually, what do I call this? Probably something along the lines of let's go campaign note taking document. Just, maybe have some goals in here if need be. We can edit this if I need to, but for now, I think just by saving as browse, we go maybe move this out of the way. Save it into the campaign things. All right. Then that should be good for that. I'm going to save this real quick. Haven't edited the account table. Okay, yeah, this is the link to the original Google Doc. I need to edit these out. Yeah. Every 3 days. I don't know. This seems more like a do whatever the fuck I want kind of thing. Roll encounter table once for every 3 days, or roll twice every 5 days. Cannot roll any of the big effects twice in a row unless otherwise specified. There are some encounters that will take up instances of rolling, such as a weird side quest thing that I might develop later. Can change the encounters as the game sees fit. Some of them will probably team wipe. Everything that I highlight in these is going to be something that I rewrite later. I think that and honestly, I'm highlighting the entirety of the rank system that I've already made. I think that I like the idea of making it a kind of thing where, how do I put this? I like the idea of having a ranking system so that the islands that are a little more dangerous are kind of sectioned off from the party for now, just for lore reasons. That way I don't accidentally KO them at the very beginning, right? I think having a boat stats thing is fine. In fact, I'm pretty in favor of that, all things considered. I think having a shop list will be good. It means that I don't have to come up with shit on the fly the entire time and have just general fucking things for it. I'm pretty sure that I have a document somewhere that has all that shit. But okay. This is a real doozy. This is a lore document that I think, basically, right now, I have something like, not this document, not this, not this, not this, this document, right? This document is basically where I am going to be putting, what did I call it? Just the narrative. This is going to be the main story of the campaign, right? This is how I'm going to introduce the setting, how I'm going to introduce the call to action with the storm, and then the party appearing on the starter island. Which, by the way, again, I keep forgetting I'm uploading this to YouTube. This is going to be it. Basically, the map for the narrative at the very beginning is basically going to be everyone is out on their own individual island doing whatever their character wants to do. They get to decide that. And then if you want to read through this, I have an opening monologue, all that. The setting bit, this will probably go into a different document, honestly, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, there is a massive storm that happens that is very unnatural and magical in nature. I have a massive monologue already written out. I'll read through it eventually either way, but I don't think that. Oh, hey, another viewer. Lovely to see you, dude. Or dudette, or non-binary pal. What's up? I am just going through a bunch of my campaign notes for a campaign I've been writing for 5 years, and honestly, I just plan on writing this for the foreseeable future. That's why I'm in the creative writing tab. Uh, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of here. It has been a long process, and right now I'm trying to organize all of my stuff. Wait, hold on. Is my face cam turned on? What's going on? Shit. What's going on here? Is there a reason? There we are. I guess I accidentally clicked it. That's fine. Okay. I don't know why that was there. Must have accidentally pressed it or something. Oh, I need to turn numlock back off. Okay. So, they're gone. Back to this shit. So, going back to the whole explanation. Everyone's doing what they're normally doing. Big storm happens. Everything fades to black. They're gonna wake up on a starting island that, hold on, I think it's in my island ideas document somewhere. I think it's here. Hold on. I can find it. Come on, Zeopec. Huh? What happened to it? Did I write it in the... Ah, that would suck. I'd have to rewrite it. It's whatever. I think it... what did I name it? Is it like... Hold on, I'm just pulling up the Google Docs tab on the other side. Anyways, they wake up on a starting island. It is like a port town kind of area that has a bunch of other things going on with it. But it is like, I think I was going to do like 2 weeks after the campaign, or after the storm initially happened. That's when they wake up in the thing, so it's been some time. And it's kind of going to be how I introduce the entire thing, where like the townspeople are kind of like, they understand what's happening, the party just doesn't, and they're going to be a little apprehensive depending on all that. But it acts as a way for the party to get to the like big hub of the campaign. I think it's like 2 island hops away or something. That's what I plan on just calling the distance between islands. It's gonna be an island hop. It'd be like, I don't know, I'd have to figure out specific days, like days and times and stuff like that. But for the most part, you know. But anyways, I'm trying to think. But anyways, they wake up on this island. They go to the Grand Bazaar, which is, hold on, let me find it. Where is it? That's Ozma. There we are. Fucking god. So, this place is a really big trading hub that the players will eventually find out is like center of the world type of thing. It's going to be like geographically center of like the entire campaign, and it's going to be like a really big hub throughout most things. I should write that down somewhere probably. But it's going to be it where they will eventually end up finding a vessel or maybe borrowing one or hitching a ride on. There are a lot of options out of here, but it's also where I plan on introducing the like main conflict of this campaign. So I don't know if I have it written down anywhere. There's like this grand military thing that I made. I don't know if it's like in here, maybe. You know what? I don't care. Delete thread. Yeah. It's somewhere in here, but I created a like. Okay, there are even more notes for how the session goes. Great. I really don't need these. But anyways, there is something like I think there was like a grand military that I had. It was like kind of a mercenary type force where anyone could just like join for a certain amount of benefits and housing and whatnot. And it's like a universal just enforcer of like different laws and stuff. I don't know exactly what I wanted to do with it. But anyways, this military force has a massive vault full of different things that they've uncovered archaeologically wise from the from a previous civilization that inhabited this ocean type thing, or this oceanic plane. And the biggest thing with it is, oh, I guess I didn't explain that either. Great. I'll explain all the previous civilization stuff later. But anyways, a recruiter is going to walk into the Adventurers Guild or anything like that. Wherever the party ends up gathered, that is where I plan on having this recruiter walk in. He is gonna say shit like, "Hey, we have an understanding that this storm was not an accident. It wasn't an act of God. It was caused by someone after analysis of what happened. And because of this, we are putting out a bounty, and for the party or group of people that gives us a real lead and captures the how do I put it? Captures the perpetrator. They will get a cash deal, like a specific cash thing, maybe an entire island. I don't know the exact things yet, but specifically, they get one item out of the storage thing. And I plan on playing it up and saying things like it, like having people whisper in the background, like, "Wow, they've never opened it to outsiders before. This has to be something really dangerous." Or that the items foretold in this vault are so secretive that only two people in the entire world know, or something stupid like that. I need to hype it up to where it is something worth going for, and all that other stuff. And of course, the military, like global military thing we're talking about is like 50-50, incredibly corrupt, and just people trying to be as like justice centered as possible. Bunch of lawful neutral people and a bunch of lawful evil people, if you get me. But all of that is to say that'll be like a okay. It it'll basically be like a that'll be something that the party works towards. And I'm thinking, like, if you guys saw the what was it? It was the hold on. I think I need to find it. What was I looking for again? Goddamn ADHD! I can't fucking do shit right. What was I even talking about? Oh my god. This is why I need a chat, man. I'd forget about it immediately. Right. Previous civilization, shit like that. It basically thousands of years ago, it was a pit. All of these islands were once a Pangea-like continent, and a tragedy, in quotations, that nobody has really any details of, shatters the entire landmass into islands that are just thrown all over the goddamn ocean. It is what eventually creates the world that I'm talking about, where like each island is like inherently magical and weird, with like different rules and climates and a bunch of this other stuff. Like if I look at my island ideas, they're just all over the goddamn place, and because my island ideas are all over the place, I had to come up with something like this one, a uh, a really beachy like tourist destination island that just has a glacier on top of it that you have to tunnel into, and by tunneling into it, you get like uh fucking I don't know, you either find like a frost dragon that makes the glacier, or like maybe some lost civilization stuff. I want to make it a lore type area, or something like that, right? And I want, and it since all of my islands are over this is like a volcanic circle island where it's a bunch of mini like island volcano type things with the like space in the center that's all fresh water, and it'll be interesting. Or like I have basically Anglerfish Island, but it's a crab, and there's like a floating it wooden houses populated by basically puppets, which are just dead corpses being puppeted around by a very very angry crab. And it's a bunch of different things. Yeah, and then again, we can go through all of these in another time. Honestly, I keep forgetting that I need to organize this shit. But it basically the entire campaign is like wow, this happened thousands of years ago. Let's have our players explore what happened 1,000 years ago by exploring this little mini version of what happened again. What caused the big version last time? Is that going to happen again? Maybe. That might be the big fucking payoff of this campaign, that it's about to happen again. Because the person who perpetrated wasn't really happy with what happened last time. Granted, I'll be totally real with y'all. I have no idea who it is. Every single time that I've ran this campaign, I've kind of just ran it without really an ending in mind. I want to fix that because I think having an ending in mind means that there's going to be a genuine goal no matter what is happening in each thing, and that was something I struggled with in the past. But as of right now, no goddamn clue. I have nothing. So but as if any of you have watched the other intro video on my channel, the one with really bad mic quality, like this one's probably gonna have, I am for this month, not May, it's March. What the fuck am I talking about? For this month of March, I plan on basically just organizing all of my notes and maybe writing down a few ideas. But for the most part, just getting used to streaming, have it be like a normal thing that I do, and not just this is technically my first stream that I'm going to post to YouTube, right? But that's besides the point. I need to think about what's next. But yeah, I have so many fucking ideas that I want to get into this campaign. And for now, okay, this is, I think, my old monologue? Very long time ago. Okay. You know, I think, yeah, this is, okay, this is the narrative, but on a lot more of a track than I had in mind, which means it's in the right spot. Merchant Island called Mar? Called it Mar? Okay, and then I think I have some like old campaign notes from when I first ran this. Yeah, Island Danger Class commissions, all that jazz. Okay, this is just basically a document of the campaign I've done with this recently. But I need to figure out, okay, just to make sure. This island idea is good. The encounter table never needed anything to begin with. The general area has some links that need to be added, but otherwise, I'm just gonna put this here. Add link here. Add link here. We'll highlight this so that I know to change it later. Or at least to look at it later. This might be actually my real main goal for March. It shouldn't take too long to really organize all my notes into one place, but I think that overall I can't. Yeah, I think that by having a good general tab to start with, come up with some rules, come up with some of the game stats, all of that. That way, it'll be a lot easier to move forward with the actual creative writing half of all this. And then, okay, the lore document is basically this. Right, okay, so you know how I said that, like, I have this one, which is the island ideas. I have my encounter table on a different one. I have general, which is just, like, pretty much all the different, like, normal things that I have to explain to the players at the very beginning. I have my narrative document, which is just, hey, what's the story that I'm following along here? And then the lore is the information behind the story, the thing that I don't necessarily want the players to find out immediately, or they'll be running past. It'll just be stuff that they find out over time, something that I really need to keep hidden, honestly. But this document is very important, but basically it just has like the same fucking thing, like this chunk here, this chunk of world building, which is pretty much a mess as always, because the definition of this campaign has changed like 5 or 6 times at this point. But I think that eventually I don't want to have this world building tab in here. And I don't want the world building. I don't want this specifically. What I want the world building tab to be is a collection of basically what happened 1,000 years ago in this world, and then kind of what's happening behind the scenes as the players are moving, right? And right now, all it is just another definition of what's in here, and I need to fucking edit that a shit ton. Now, I think, yeah, you know what we're also going to do? Highlight the entire bottom of this. This is going to take a while. I don't know if I've explained it fully yet, but I'm highlighting everything that I need to change or make edits to or anything like that, right? I just I want to make sure that whenever I load into this document, or load into any of my documents, if I see highlighted text, I want to immediately think, oh, that is something that needs to be worked on. That is something that needs to be sifted through and changed or something. I can also comment, but it makes the document look like shit, so I'm not going to do that. And then note taking, who cares, right? So that is the video player for the video that I just posted. Lovely. I can edit that. Get rid of that. But right now, I guess the first step, I think I need to open my other two docs. Yeah, I need my other docs so that I can figure out what's going on. I'm pretty sure discovering exactly why I do not actually want to open documents on this thing. Great. Love it. Okay, move that over here. I don't want you guys looking at my documents, actually. Yeah, okay. I need to start opening stuff on this side, to be specific. Shit. What is going on here? Oh. I need... That's the quest board, and that's the shop table. Do I have everything else? I have the note-taking document, I have island ideas up, I have encounter table up, I have general up, I have word document up, I have narrative up. Okay, yeah, my other two are the quest board, and let me just really quickly move this over here. File, open, browse. Let's get the shop table up too. Now, both of these individually aren't very long, but they need a lot of information. So for the people who are watching me for the first time, which is granted most of you because this channel is dead at the moment. Right now, the different systems that I've introduced into this campaign, this Sunken Isle, I think is what I've been calling it. Which, by the way, for those of you who have gotten 33 minutes into this video for some reason, I might have to change the name because I did some research that I honestly wish I didn't. I could just continue with this without any other prior knowledge. But apparently there's like a D&D expansion already called the Sunken Isle, and I don't really want to screw with that. So I kinda might have to change it. I don't know. Maybe I could go the like Shattered Isle or something. That could be fun. I like Shattered Isle, honestly, if I change to that. But anyways, this is one of the systems I've introduced in the past, and I'm probably going to have to change massively. So in the world where it's present, in this world, in the way I've presented it, I made a like adventurer rank system which would basically detail like certain jobs you'd be allowed to accept based on like a specific engraved pendant you had. And I don't really know why the fuck I had this. I think I used this specific system so that I could limit what players had access to at different shops over the entire map. Which again, through persuasion checks and shit like that, you can probably just bypass this or create one of your own material or anything. But there are a bunch of different ways around this system, but having it in place basically means there is a barrier to entry on any item that the player should not be having, right? This is also a way to get in to like uh, separate them out from getting onto islands they shouldn't be yet. I plan on classing all of the islands in my islands tab. Different difficulties. Hold on. What was it? I think it's in general where I had that. Yeah. So I think I had three different difficulties for an island. Uh, there was safe, there was like dangerous or life threatening, and then there was like special case where until you were like, I don't know, like really fucking powerful shit like that, like level 10, 15, something above, you would finally be allowed onto these special case islands. And if you go back in this pod and where I was talking about the fucking like military, the call for action, the shit like that. There will be a commission that the military is posting that is asking for adventurers of a certain rank. I was thinking like maybe shark and above, or maybe kraken and above, depending on anything like that. It where basically they were asking for adventurers of that rank and above to get to this island, right? And basically I would have to it that would basically say like, oh hey, here's a goal. You guys have to get to Shark before you are allowed to participate in this really cool mission that'd be really awesome, right? It's oh okay, start grinding. But as you can probably guess, grinding isn't great. It like I need to have a better hook than that, right? I think just to be able to tell the party, okay, guess what your job for the next 5 to 8 sessions will be? Climbing from seaweed to shark. Because that's going to be fun and interesting, just doing fucking odd jobs until then. No. There needs to be like a real narrative behind how that goes, right? I'm thinking maybe like I don't know, I have somebody come up to them after that and say, "Hey, sounds like you're looking to rank up. I have this job that I'm hiring people for that is guaranteed to have you rank up fast." And it's like this super shady escort mission and it all that other stuff. I'll write it down eventually, but um, it I need to have some sort of hook, right? After that there needs to be a goal to get to the goal. And then after that, there is this mission that they are tasked with to go to this specific island, which I will create eventually. I don't have the island for it yet. I'll be totally real. I can use maybe some of my other islands, but most of them are hyper specific. I'd probably create an island for this specific purpose. It honestly, to detail an idea that I have right now on stream or in basically my YouTube channel or whatever, I'm thinking that maybe I could have an island that only showed up after the initial, like the little baby storm that we had that causes the campaign to go off. It Until the little baby storm happens, or after the baby storm happens, a new island appears, and the island is like full of ruins of the past civilization, and it has a massive altar on it. And this altar, I don't know how to tie it in, but obviously be tied to not only previous civilization, but like the disaster that happened ages ago. I want to have like maybe a mural up there that I might make myself, as I said in the YouTube thing. I am basically uh, eventually, after I get the actual narrative story down, planning on working on 3D modeling, sound design, stuff like that to bring some elements of the campaign to life, and maybe I could get the mural like 3D rendered. That would be cool. And that mural would show like, hey, this is they're showing some parallels here, and there will be like, I'm thinking maybe a cult. I don't know. A cult seems like a bit of a cop out. I could maybe do like a singular figure that's like raising their hands towards the storm or anything like that. It with like maybe not a history check, but like insight or something. I can make a check, whatever it is, where whichever most history oriented fucking thing we're talking about, with history oriented character in the party can be like, hey, judging by the murals I've seen in the past or anything like that, this looks like not somebody cowering away from the storm, but somebody either causing or reaching towards the storm, right? And it'll basically clue in the idea that somebody caused it. There is a cause to this. It and when it comes to that like original commission, that call to action, I might change it to, instead of we think there's something going on, to hey, there is a mysterious island that has shown up that we think is related to the thing that we think is related to the disaster. It has not shown up before. We're requesting XYZ people, whatever class rank I feel like going for, to basically to go and investigate the island. And if you bring any information back on what happened, you can then get the reward. Or maybe something else. There's also the idea in my head of I make the government in on it because government's bad or whatever. Or, I don't know why I said quotations. Government is bad. I'm saying this now. Not a fan of those people. God damn it. I don't like paying taxes. But anyways, there are a bunch of different options that I have when it comes to like narrative stuff. And it from what I can tell, everything's been kind of. I'm gonna highlight these. I remembered the fact that I was doing the whole highlighting thing. I want to highlight these. It's a lot of fucking text. But and funny fucking thing, all of this text, I'm gonna let you know, it I when I was fucking arguing, or not arguing, but complaining about how I have three different fucking uh, starts to this campaign that have just been thrown around in my documents until the end of time because I didn't feel like deleting them. Well, guess what? This is another one. This is number 3. It basically is a chronological, not chronological, but like a detailed happening of a detailed record of what happened in a previous version of this campaign. And I need to uh, fuck around and uh, remove a lot of the chaff, right? There's a lot of unnecessary detail in here, and a lot of things that needed more detail that need to be like screwed around with. But you know what? That's fine, honestly. But okay, I think everything is organized enough. Like, just to go through, I have all 8 documents open. I have the island ideas, which at least the information for each is in the right place. It needs heavily edited, but and another thing I plan on doing is editing the documents to where they're a lot easier to just click through and I don't have to do fucking this shit. It's irritating as hell. So I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. I would maybe like have a chart or something where I could just click the island and it brings me to its specific page, where I just have a page for each island and it would go into detail about like what happens on the island, different ways that the party explores it, anything like that. It I plan on doing something like that. I plan on uploading another YouTube video. It won't be scripted this time. The last one was scripted. I'd mostly just be talking like this, but instead of on stream, it would be just in a fucking recording. Cannot be bothered to edit, honestly. But I plan on going through. Hey, this is what I have. I have a bunch of island ideas here, and then I'll go to the next document, which is this is my encounter table. There are so many things that I can do with this stupid encounter table, but I plan on eventually elaborating on these, right? All this is like thunderstorm, slime rain, and it I would basically just be saying shit like, yeah, don't. I would basically just have to riff on this, right? A pirate ship shows up, and I have no idea how to fucking do a pirate ship because I've never done a pirate ship fucking encounter, so I'd have to just riff it off of whatever happens. I will see how long this is going to take, but I want to do this soon as well. I want to just go through all of these things and like give them little descriptions so that I at least know what to start with, and then I can riff from there if need be. Then with the general thing, I've already talked about this, but I want to clean up a lot of the word mess here. Just be really clear about what rules I want, what the actual classes are intended to do. I want to actually have that in here so that eventually I might just share this with I might be able to just share this with like my players or whatever and just be like, "Hey, I'm going to go through all of this with you. So in the future, your character knows about all of this information." That way I don't have to like constantly be reminding them or anything like that. This general document, I eventually want it to be a little handout that basically says, read this, and if you have any fucking questions, I get to just point at the document and say, this one, this right here, read it, read all of it, and come back to me. If you still have a question, we'll talk about it then. It'll save me a lot of time. And then we have the lore and the narrative documents. Both of these are kind of like paired together in the fact that the narrative can't really exist without the lore, and the lore can't exist without the narrative. The narrative is going to be hold on. This is narrative. This is yeah. The narrative document is going to be like the story that everyone follows through, and basically it details that go just through the campaign. It'll have some monologues in it. It'll have some just like general story points that I want to eventually get to. I right now it like has a bunch of like session things in it. Hold on, let me actually click to it. It has like a lot of like session 1 we did this, session 2 we do this. There's a bunch of changes in narrative down here. There's a lot of our Capella already be a collection of islands. Cause much matter storm the power they needed. Volcano, yeah, blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's just a plane of existence, not a planet. Yeah. And we'll see where that gets me. But I want to edit this down so that I have the information that I want, but not like anything other than the main story. It has a bunch of lore in it that I don't need, and it has a bunch of actions in it that I need to take, and it's honestly just bullshit, and I don't really care. I need it gone out of this document and into this one. This one is going to have pretty much all of the fucking. I need to turn this camera down, I guess, like just a little bit, so that my face is visible even when I'm leaning back like this. But anyways, I want this document to have like information behind the lore that as I'm going through it, I can just basically control F and be like, oh, player is asking about lost civilization. I can just immediately tab to that or anything like that. It basically is just going to be a cheat sheet of, oh, my player is asking a question and they got a good roll for it. Let's look in here and see how much I give them, right? It'll have the things behind like some other things. It'll have it should not have this, right? This is just fucking mechanics, like a mechanic for the sea that I plan on having. long story short, after the little Magistorm that the little Magistorm that happens at the beginning of the campaign, I am making the sea, instead of just like salt water, just completely fucking nightmarish. It is going to be a bunch. I think I called it the Stained Sea. Yeah, Stained Sea. In fact, guess what? This is getting highlighted too. Uh, it'll have like a bunch of things involved. It is a stat block, and a stat block does not need to be here. There needs to be a separate thing for mechanics, right? And rune magic, right? This is the, if you watched my intro video, this is the rune magic system that I kind of established already. It's something that I've been thinking about for a while, and it's, you have like a ceremonial knife of some kind that you use to carve different symbols into objects, and those symbols just do different things depending on what they do. I had two types of runes. I think I called them primary and secondary, when in reality these are basically nouns and these are basically adjectives. These are it in terms of like language, I guess. It would be like if it was strength and shrink, maybe. It would be like, hey, this thing shrinks even smaller now. Or strength and repel, it is even harder to grab the damn object. And I have a few ideas for how to implement this. I want the ceremonial knife to have a chance of breaking either on or after the first rune. And then I have some ideas on it, but I want to maybe use life force as like a, as you're carving the rune, you feel your life slip away, or like as your life points genuinely drain as you write onto it. And I don't know, I just have an increased chance every single time you write another rune with this knife that it just shatters in your hands. And you can only go a certain distance before you just straight up die. And I want to do a few things where like each object, like I just have to make a call on the fly of like how many runes can this object handle. Granted, not many of them can even handle one. If you write like harden on a stick, it's going to harden to the point that it shatters. These runes are meant to be put on like weapons or anything like that to just make it a different kind of damage or something like that. And honestly, these fucking names, they're ass. All of them are ass. Pull, heat, cool, fucking who cares, honestly. These names need to be changed into something that is a lot more interesting. If you noticed on it, I have an idea for this, but if you noticed on the like uh islands thing, all of these names, Oglio, Osna, Mestep, uh a lot of these names are actually they look interesting and everything, but they're just fucking anagrams of words that are slightly related to the main theme of the island. Igloo, sauna, it's a volcano island. Honestly, don't remember what messed up was. I know it's an anagram. Don't remember what it fucking was. That means it's a good anagram. Uh, I know Wingorg was. I think it was. I don't care actually. It another anagram. Inocle is clone. If you want to read what this is, you can go ahead. I'll stop here for a second. Stop here for a second if you want to read the rest of this. Basically, as a summary, I guess I should have probably done the summary before I stopped on this. But basically, you know the whole trope of you make a bunch of clones of yourself. The clones eventually start disagreeing on who's real, and then they all fight each other to the death, and then the final guy standing there was one of the originals, and mental health happens after that. I really like that trope, but I like the idea of seeing it after it happens, the aftermath. So this entire like thing is like you encounter a younger woman who is like descended generations and all, like descended from like apparently a family is supposed to be really powerful, and there's this island Inakal clone that shows up after the storm. Again, it's just a new island that has never been seen before. There was a world map, now it's gone. It's why I'm going to have the players. Like I said in the intro video that I have on my YouTube channel. I want to this channel actually is going up on YouTube. I keep forgetting. I plan on making a map that I will know where everything is, but the players have to map everything themselves because there is not a widely available map. After all the islands got shuffled around by this crazy storm, it's whatever. But it basically this new island shows up. She for some reason this person believes or was told that hey this island has old ruins on it. It might be related to your thing. It's somewhere in between. Like it isn't old civilization, but it's definitely like centuries old. If you get me, is it like thousands of years? Like 200 or 300, I think is what I had here somewhere. I don't know for sure. I might not even have it in there at all, actually, now that I think about it. I think I just bullshitted that. But anyways, you get onto this island, you start realizing that it's just carnage everywhere. It just skeleton upon skeleton upon skeleton. And you start to notice that they all look the same, and then I think I'm not parodying. God, I cannot speak. Yeah, no, I have like a little blurge here. Really can't speak. I have a little thing here of just, hey, they're going to find a bunch of these just lying around. They're going to be just created because there's hundreds of thousands of refugees pretty much all over this plane, and we need places to like at least set these people up temporarily. They'll act as like base camps for a thing. Like it honestly, because of the way I've set this up, it feels more like a video game than it does a D&D campaign. And hell, don't quote me on this, but it might turn into one eventually if I learn fucking coding. But and graphic design and actually fucking finish it. We'll get there when we get there. But there'll be these like little things all over the place, and you know, it'll be a process for sure. But anyways, what the hell was I even talking about before this? Shit. Man, I get really distracted. You know what's really funny, by the way? I have had one actual viewer come in and look at this stream the entire time. This has been me talking to myself the whole time. You know how I said that I am a chronic oversharer and all of that in my intro video for anybody who watches this much later on when this channel might actually get semi-decently popular? It I This is what's going to be happening for the next bit. I'm going to ramble for 2 hours as I maybe type out 3 paragraphs worth of shit. Sorry, bug in my face. It trust me isn't going to get much better. But anyways, I think I was going through like each individual thing. Okay, and then I have these like 3 tiny documents. I have my campaign note-taking document, which is going to have nothing in it for the foreseeable future. In fact, I don't know if I will fill this out at all over the next 3 years. It's kind of why I just feel like deleting it. But the other 2 are my quest board, which I plan on filling out a bunch of different quests for each class. I'm going to make it look a lot better than this. Graphic design was not my passion before this happening. Now it's kind of is, but yeah. But I plan on adding in a bunch of different quests. I plan on making this really cool and unique. I want this done for sure. And then there's the shop table. It basically it details every like archetypal shop that you can find in basically like any one of these areas. Like here, hold on, let me go back to the island tab. These refugee camp islands. You're gonna have shops, right? And I'll be totally honest with every single person that watches this. I hate having to come up with every single time when a party member asks, "Oh, there's shops nearby. Tell me what's in it." I don't want to list off every single goddamn thing in every single goddamn shop until the end of time. I find it annoying as hell every single time. So it for certain islands or anything, for story purposes, I might have like small changes where there will be like some other things. But for the most part, I want a document that just says, yeah, this is where your fucking shop is. And there's levels here. I'll be totally real with you. I don't know why the fuck I have levels here. What I should do and what I plan on doing is if I keep the rank system, which that might go, honestly. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm either changing it or deleting it. But if the rank system does say, I'm changing it to where your shop level levels up with rank. I'm just gonna have instead of an entirely different stat here, you can just say, hey, what rank do you need to be to have these shops either available to you or for these items to be sold to you? And it again, there's story reasons for this, but also mechanics reasons where I don't want the players getting anything too crazy too early, but I want later game shit to be available to players whenever it's necessary. It a bunch of different other shit. But I want to eventually deal with this. But okay, I think here is where I'm gonna end this stream. I have to get ready for work. It's like 3:03. Yeah. Wait, hold on a second. Just is there a bunch of information down there that I do not want posted? Yeah, it'll be fine. I just how do I put this? I am going to probably after this just record myself speaking in this exact same fashion, but with a little more structure and a little less jumping between documents the entire fucking time. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But to my stream, there's nobody in here, so I don't feel like taking any of you. And for my YouTube channel, if anybody does end up watching this, I don't know why you sat here for an hour listening to my bad fucking audio quality. this it To be totally real, a lot of these early videos are going to be for me to look at. I don't really care if people watch them or anything. If people do, that's fine. I'm not I don't care at all. But for the most part, especially for right now, this is oh, I had a bunch of ideas 2 days ago. What the fuck were they again? And I can go back to like this video that I'm about to post and say, yo, this is what I'm doing. This is the idea that I had. That's a smart idea. I should have written that down, but I don't because I'm an idiot. But okay, I am gonna get going. Thanks for watching the video. I have no idea how many people will actually watch all the way up to this point, and for some reason, if you did, I don't know why the fuck you would. Uh, Subscribe. If you've watched up to this point, you're at least interested in where this project is going, and if you are interested, subscribe. See where it goes. Watch my suffering as my psyche unravels in real time. Right. Right. See y'all later.